Hi, this is Gizmo First, and happy birthday to Fallout 76. And we're just going to take a look into this claim: 11 million players. And, a lot of people have been around on Facebook today posting this, and of course it's garnered the normal mixture of positive, negative, toxic, discussive, and all these different things. A lot of people saying that Bethesda are actually pumping the numbers or using these numbers to misrepresent the actual state of the game. It might surprise a lot of you to know I'm going to be a little bit on the defensive for Bethesda today. Basically because of what I've figured out recently, that sometimes people don't read things properly or don't understand what they read. We're going to have a look at this. They actually, we're going to have a look at some numbers as well today. Forgive the less edited mode today. I'm actually throwing a party, so I had to come on and do something about this. These are some anniversary stats. They release this every year to see what state the game is in, and some of these things are indicative about who plays what's popular, what's not. We're also going to have a look at the concurrent player numbers, which tell a different story. But we have up here at the top, they have 11 million users. Okay, they have not claimed at all here. Okay, so it says here, look, this Sunday marks the third anniversary. Many of us stepped foot outside the cozy confines of Vault 76 for the very first time. Now more than 11 million of you have joined us at some point. Okay, take a look at this. Have joined us doesn't mean that everybody is here now, and this is where people's understanding kind of falters. This is an English tense, which doesn't suggest that there are 11 million people playing this now. It just means has played over the past 3 years at some point. Now what that includes everybody that's been playing since beta and is still playing now. That includes every single person who's bought 4 or 5 accounts. We know there's many of them out there: mule accounts, second accounts, third accounts. I have two, I've got 2, but they're really cheap right now on CD Keys. They're going for about $8 or $9. If anybody wants a few accounts to throw around, you can go over there and get it, cdkeys.com. But if you've joined us in the combined effort to rebuild Appalachia. So they are not lying, they are not misrepresenting the numbers. They have said exactly what they mean to say, that over the past 3 years, 11 million people have played. Now, but a lot of people read into that they're trying to say that there's 11 million people playing regularly. That's not what that means at all. But here we go. At the top of this lovely little poster here, I might make that my new desktop actually. 11 million users. Now, daily ops completed 14,800,000, blah, blah, blah. So around 15 million just about. Now, that tells a story. Even me, who is not the greatest fan of daily, it's grown on me recently, and I do them a little bit more often. But for the most part, a lot of times I can't be asked with it unless I really am short and I need the points to get to the next level on score or whatever. I'll grind for the 8 to 10 minutes or whatever, or 5 minutes if I'm lucky, however many times it takes. But I would estimate I've done it a few hundred times since it came out. People that really like it do it, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 X amount of times a day. If there were 11 million people playing this regularly, that number would be a lot more. Average completion time. Okay, so the average completion time is just good enough for tier 2. Earl average completion time 25 minutes. Top 3 creatures enemies killed, no surprise here. Scorched, feral ghoul, super mutant. Top 3 deadliest, I agree with this completely. Imposter, sheep squatch, scorched beast, queen, annihilator, sentry bot. I may not agree with number 3, but imposter, sheep squatch, I hate that thing. Most often killed cryptid, Wendigo, just because they're the most common cryptid around. One of, anyway. I do snallygasters if I have a task to do. Events completed during the coming storm, 6 million. Yeah, okay, that sounds about right. Caps spent at player shops. I love this aspect of the game about being able to have your own shop. One thing I don't like: where does the tax come from? Who are you paying tax to in this game? Todd's got a collection of bottle caps at home representing the tax he's collected from every single person. Items most bought from player characters shops. It's still Stimpaks. It's been Stimpaks for the past few years. This is indicative to me, like most high level players don't need to buy Stimpaks from each other. It's indicative to me that still Fallout 76 is still very based around its new players. Between levels 1 to 30, 1 to 40, sometimes to level 50, you'll get people cruising through vendors looking for stim packs because they're harder to come by, right? Marsupial serum, obviously. Handmade rifle, that surprises me. Stim pack super, that surprises me as well because most people don't bother with them because of the carry weight. Speed demon serum, not surprising. Most captured workshop, Poseidon energy plant. Legendary, that's not surprising either. Legendary script spent, okay. That's gone up quite a lot, and I would imagine because of the introduction of legendary crafting. Okay, gold bullion spent. Okay, that surprises me a little bit because to me there's it's completely, you know, people's taste. There's not much that I want at the moment for gold bullion. Caps, region with the highest count. Camps, sorry. The forest, again, this is indicative to me. Most new players make their camps around the forest area, so it's still very much based on its new player camp. Vault utility, the camp shelter, most placed. Vault utility room, which was free, and the vault lobby, which was paid. That's just to show that they still love free players, but they'd like you to pay for the vault lobby. Most popular worlds setting, top 5. Now this for me, when I released a video recently which was like bombed by a lot of people as being clickbait, and you know, I released basically that I was predicting that eventually Fallout 76 will be shut down. It's a no-brainer. Eventually, if it's not shut down, there will be support stopped for it at some point. I'm not going to make any accusations as to when, but fast travel, camp budget, free building, camp placement, crafting cost. You know, all of these world settings, except for fast travel, kind of shows you that the people that are using worlds most are builders, and this was always going to be the case. This is the direction that Fallout 76 is going in. Basically, it's going to be Minecraft for adults, and while I've got no problem with that, I know a lot of really nice builders, people who really get a kick out of building out of the game. I enjoy building as well, not to the extent that a lot of other people do, but we're going to have a look as well at the numbers, which would show that Worlds was not the booster that I think Bethesda was hoping. Let's have a look at how many players there are concurrently. Now we can test on Steam. We cannot test on the Bethesda launcher, but the thing is, if Steam shows trends, I tend to think that those trends will be uniform across the Bethesda launcher players as well, across the Xbox players. Interestingly enough, those 11 million players will probably include millions of players that probably tried it when it came to Xbox Game Pass for free and decided it wasn't for them and maybe played for 5 minutes. So you got all those players are in that statistic as well. Again, I'm reiterating, it's not bad play on Bethesda's part. It is just the numbers, how they see it and how they can spin it, which is just part of business. It's not being underhanded, it's not being crooked, it's just doing what a big business does. Right, so let's have a look. If you have a look, it's not even in the top 100 at the moment. Down here is Fallout 76, sitting pretty today at 7,840 concurrent players with a 24-hour, which now it is 24-hour peak, right? 7,840. Its all-time peak was 32,982. Now we've got to realise it came to Steam later, obviously, first being Bethesda's launcher, but then it came to Steam quite a long time after, maybe 2 years. So it's been up on Steam a year or just over, right? So these numbers are not fantastic, but when you put them together with probably the Bethesda launcher players and the Gamebox players, you might be looking at around 100,000 players. And that's not bad. It's not the number that I'm sure Bethesda would be wanting, but like we can see, the game right now is geared more towards people who are builders. Why is it geared more towards people who are builders? Because they buy stuff from the Atom Shop. Okay, this is not me being cynical, it's me just acknowledging the way that a big company does business, and they have to make money to keep the game going. We all know this. So but if we have a look, interestingly enough, in the top 100, let me just go down here and have a look in the top 100, and this should surprise nobody, but it was still neat to see. Where is it? Fallout 4 is at number 52, which for a game so old is quite impressive, right? It's sitting pretty nearly at 20,000 concurrent players with an all-time peak of 472. Now I know that it's been out for much longer and it's been available on Steam for a lot longer, That's still quite cool, isn't it? It puts it above Valheim, which was like one of the most popular games of last year, and it had beat it in terms of all-time peak, but Valheim's lost in popularity quite a lot recently. So if we go over here to the monthly breakdown, if we can say these numbers, I think, would be at the beginning of the month, I would say, because we're looking at September here. Okay, so they shut Nuclear Winter down at the start of September and replaced it with Fallout Worlds, and we can see a drop off here of minus 4,745 players as opposed to last month. I can imagine that might be at the beginning of September before the update dropped, because when we come to October we can see that there's a big boost of 5,000 players. It's a 43.8% gain. That's pretty good. Okay, but as predicted by yours truly in a video which I'm going to link right up here, next month, the last 30 days, minus 9,405. It is, they've lost not only the people that came in to see if Worlds was any good, they've lost more now because it's a minus 54.3% gain. I am not happy to see those numbers, right? I was really hoping, and I mentioned on that video where I said that Fallout Worlds is going to be fun for 5 minutes, and it has been. Look, we can see it. Numbers don't lie, right? If Fallout Worlds was, everybody was going, woo, yeah, Fallout Worlds is great, we would see those numbers maybe not skyrocketing, but we would see a gradual increase, right? So the last 30 days, and the last 30 days as well, has included the Halloween event. It's included the Halloween event. Oh man, I tell you. Right, so my own thoughts on this subject. I am not going to be the hailer of doom, so people won't jump down my throat again this time. But if the pit and the content coming out in the first quarter of 2022 doesn't buff these numbers and keep them buffed to some point, I know that Steam doesn't reflect the whole player base. You've got Steam, you've got the Bethesda launcher, you have got Xbox Game Pass players, which I don't rate that much. I know I've had Xbox Game Pass, and a lot of people use it to install something, play it for 5 minutes, and uninstall it. That's what Xbox Game Pass is for me. It's kind of like something to try, something new. So just think that anybody who's gone in to try Fallout 76 for more than 30 seconds is also listed, boom, he's a player, right? I know that probably it's a lot more popular on consoles than on PC, but I can't imagine that it's that much more popular on consoles than it is on PC to warrant continual flow of money into it to make it better. And we can see at the moment the content that they're creating is to try to milk the money out the people that are going to buy stuff from the Atom shops. That is the builders, right? I have no idea what's planned for next year, and I would be surprised if anybody could make a claim to know what Bethesda is planning for next year. I just hope that we do get extra content which is going to be great across the board, that we're going to see the kind of boost that we did when Wastelanders dropped, right? Because if it doesn't boost, then the game's days are numbered. I cannot put a number on how many days it's going to be. A lot of people made the point, as long as it's making money, Bethesda will keep Microsoft will keep putting money into it. That's not strictly true. It's not enough for a game to be in the green. It has to be more in the green than other franchises led by the same company. With the 10th anniversary of Skyrim coming out, Deathloop being a commercial and critical success, with Starfield coming out next year. If Starfield is a big success, I fear again for the future of this game, because they're going to want to put more resources, more money into that franchise, that new IP, which has the potential to make millions and millions and millions of dollars, as opposed to a few $100,000 a month from the Atom shop from this. All right. That being said, I'm still going to play, and I'm going to enjoy it till the day it dies. So this is Gizmo First. Please leave a like and a subscribe. Feel free to vent in the comment section, and I'll catch you later.